It's your boy, Master Stones.
So I've noticed recently with both shows that for about 5 seconds after the opening song, whatever, there's no audio. And I hear myself.
I've noticed it kind of like cuts in and out for a couple seconds and then like kicks in. So I don't know if it's on my end with the computer or whatever, but what the fuck is up, people?
How's it going?
Wrestle Fandom Radio, a day late. And there, I have to explain to you guys why we're late. Okay. So
explain it to Ricky.
All right, Ricky. So as actually we'll do it like this.
Absolutely.
As a lot of you guys know, Mr. You gotta put Ricky back up.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Ricky Starks came back to WWE. And
to do with his hands.
Since the announcement of his release from AEW, there's been a lot of speculation surrounding this. Well, Garrett hates Ricky Starks
with a passion.
Like I'm not going to screenshot or send in like the stuff he said in the group chat. But let me tell you, if you're easily offended, you would cry. And if you're not offended, you're going to get offended anyways. So with that being said, Garrett made the statement that he doesn't think Ricky Stark's coming back. But if he does come back, he will stop watching wrestling and quit Wrestle Fandom Radio. And as you guys can all see, there is no more Garrett on the show right now. So I'm hoping we can kind of talk him off a ledge. Hang on, I'm trying to get us back to the regular thing, but I can't see. There she is. Where is it? There it is. All right, back to Grit. There we go. We're good. So we're going to try to talk him back into coming back. I hope we can, but as of right now, this is your new lineup of Wrestle Fandom Radio. Garrett, we miss you, buddy. Come back to us. All right.
Now we got little Ricky.
Yeah. Now, Drew, I got a question for you. Did we pick up a sponsorship I'm unaware of?
No, I just like Adidas.
Okay. I didn't know if like I should be like expecting a check in the mail or maybe some swag. Something. Yeah, a little something. Hook up your boy Stone. You know what I mean?
Gonna show up at your house and just sing Adidas to you for like 12 hours straight.
That song came out in 7th grade, Drew. You remember that?
Life is peachy.
We thought that was the coolest song ever.
Still pretty good.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Drew's the one who introduced me to Korn.
Maybe.
I'm almost 100% pop. Yeah, because we would have been. Yeah, the first album.
Timeline's right.
Yeah, because the first album would probably come out when we were like 6th grade.
94.
Yeah, so like 5th or 6th grade. Yeah. Wow, that's weird. Talk about feeling old. Ooh.
I have to say that's actually one of my least favorite Korn songs.
Adidas?
You would say that. You would.
I mean, it's
I have to say
it's probably in top 20, but it's definitely not like the best.
Yeah. No,
Blind is probably my favorite.
I mean, greatest way to start a fucking musical career ever. Like debuted CD, and it starts off with this. Yeah. And I know every single one of us, whenever we hear those fucking cymbals, it immediately brings you back to adolescence. You pop a boner because like that's where you were at that time. And as the crescendo builds,
two.
Yeah.
I pop 2 boners.
Yeah. Drew's got the butt boner. It's on his left cheek, and like they actually in high school they used to call him DP man.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Anyways, we've been on now for almost 5 minutes, and besides talking about how Garrett quit, we have not talked about any wrestling. What the fuck is up, guys?
Give it to me.
Oh, there it is.
Is he here?
Give it to me.
That was a penis.
I'll take all of it. Give it to me.
The Glizzmaster lives.
Did he hack us again?
Maybe. Wrestling. But yeah, no,
right.
Ricky Starks, man. Like And you know what? It wasn't some like crazy like intro and music and whatever. Like he just showed up in the fucking crowd. Like
yeah, loved it.
faces when they turned around and saw Ricky Starks standing behind them in NXT was just like perfect and priceless because I personally didn't see any kind of leaks on it. All I saw was
Yeah.
him, Aleister Black and Miro Rusev.
Happy Rusev Day, by the way.
Oh, dude, I can't fucking wait, man. He's
But
coming.
you know what though? Because it's not Triple H anymore, I feel that and it's already been shown, like I
Mhm.
feel that I'm sorry, since it's not Vince anymore, now that it's Triple H,
Right.
that
Yeah.
he'll let people use their names. I mean,
Yep.
Fandango came back last week to his music, but he was still JDC
Yeah.
from TNA. And he did mention the music and he did, you know, express his gratitude towards the people and everything. But it was like I guess to me, like that was kind of a, hey, that character's gone now. But I loved the time that was that character, and I love you guys for embracing that character and the song and the everything. But now this is who I am. But I'm still here, but this is who I am. So I feel like if Miro came back to WWE, he'd be Miro. He wouldn't go back to being Rusev.
You're right. He would.
Triple H wouldn't be. If it was Vince, absolutely, he would be Rusev again. Everything. But I think Triple H would just be like,
No
"No, man, you want to
shoes.
be Miro? Be Miro. You want to fucking do what you did in AEW, whatever. You know, if it fucking works and it puts asses in seats,
What
let's
I
do
could
it."
see them doing is them
God,
like.
is that you?
No, I'm doing my John Cena impression.
Oh, nailed it.
Nice.
I see them coming back and having him being like Miro Rusev. You know what I mean? Like a combination of the two. So like you're still acknowledging shit like Rusev because like he has to have Rusev in his name because they're gonna bring back Rusev Day. Like they're gonna do all
Dude,
these
they
things.
have
It's like
to. It was so good.
right.
Well,
like,
even
now if
Daniel
Mox
Bryan-
came back, I don't think they would make him Dean Ambrose again. You don't
No.
with him, you don't need to. Like
no.
Dean Ambrose, they're like he could still be the unhinged John Moxley because that's kind of just who he is. But I feel
Only
like with
with less
Rusev, you
force
have
sticking out of his head.
right. I feel like with Rusev, you kind of have to throw Rusev in there. So
Yeah.
like Mirror Rusev, the artist formerly known as Rusev,
I-
whatever they want
But
to
do you think Lana would come back if he did? Because I think she
No.
got
Nah.
I don't know about that.
released from AEW as well.
I think she's kind of at a crossroads, and I can really see her going the Mandy Rose route. And they're like BFFs, anyways.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's where my mind was at.
Yeah, I'm sure it was Drew.
Oh
Fucking
shit!
pervert.
Yeah.
So
Tell him, Joe.
thank you.
Yeah,
so
you let me have it.
Oh, give it to me.
Give it to me. I'll take all of it. It's amazing.
Since this is the new Wrestle Fandom, and apparently we're starting with our news and recaps from reverse.
Yeah, we're just talking about whatever.
Hey, Mr.
Drew.
Elliott, flip it and reverse it.
Drew, you got a raw rundown for us?
No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I do.
All right.
I'll
Hang
wait,
on.
wait,
butcher
I have
every
to
single
ask.
person's name like every Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Hold on.
Mispronounced. I'm sorry, misspelled Eagles. They
Okay.
keep forgetting letters.
I need to ask this,
So
Drew.
congrats to them for winning. That's why my screen's green this week.
He's so angry.
Did you watch the other week when Joe did a Raw recap?
No, I missed it.
Oh man, you got to watch it because
I will. I will go back and watch it. Don't
He
tell
did
me.
a great Drew inspired Raw recap.
Yeah,
And
because it was in Cleveland. I was like, and I was somewhere else, unfortunately, but
Yeah, I forget what it was, and I'm pretty sure I said I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this every week. Couldn't tell you the website, couldn't tell you what it was, but it literally broke Raw down bullet point by bullet point by bullet point. So literally, it was like I was like, oh, it gave me what I could talk about. I was like, I can do a real Raw rundown.
oh, that's awesome. I love it.
But I mean, obviously, I'm not you.
Hey,
but let me see if I can find it, and I can do a
appreciate
SmackDown shit talk. Huh?
SmackDown shit talk.
All right, run us down, Drew. Run us down.
I do want to run us down. Hey, remember when Ohio State beat Tennessee in the playoffs? Because we were in Tennessee this week, baby. Wrong. What? Yeah, I'm still talking that game. Okay, sorry, can't get over it. All right, we won. Get over it. All right. We started off with a YEET party, only to go on a little too long and get ended by the King General Walter. Sorry, I keep messing up names. I mean Gunter, okay?
I was like, Walter, huh? We're going back to that.
Yeah, I know, right? And then it's a fish. Jay and Gunter at WrestleMania. Whoa, the implications. Then we had Rhea Speaks calling out the top girl while Io is still sad that Rhea laughs off Io's threats. Sorry, I don't have time for you. I got mommy stuff to take care of. Okay, little children? See ya. Wow. Women's tag match. We had Sky Kai versus Liv Raquel. Liv getting all the bad ends of the bumps and the cuts. And let's not forget when she got knocked the F out by Brie Mode all those years ago when she was kicking her in the face. Does everyone remember that? And then Brie's like, what do I do? Liv has seen it all. And she's getting rewarded for it. Anyways, damn. Damage control wins. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're trying to build Liv and Raquel. Are they that over that they don't need to win? Is damage control still a thing? I don't know. Bailey versus Valkyria. A dope-ass sunset flip buckle bomb. Jeebus. Holy crap. Did you guys see that? That was legit. That was great. That was like the highlight of the match for me. It was awesome. If you haven't, go back and look for it. It was spectacular. Spectacular. I could watch these two wrestle for a while. They had a couple of miscommunications. No worries. Still a great match. Then the veteran Bailey advances to the Elimination Chamber. Oh, respect. I mean, Bailey is a hugger, so they hugged it out. It just warms the heart. Okay, you'll love to see it. Then Kaiser and Butch are fighting in the background to see who gets beat up by Penta next. It'll be Pete Dunne. And then we had Buff Soccer Mom walk by and stare down Kaiser roll. Then Don gets all the heat as he interrupts Styles. Is it cool to wear purple skinny jeans? I don't know. That's for you to decide. That's your life. You live it. Okay? Then we had Styles as Carlito and Dom tried to take him out. Sorry, son. You don't want none. Okay? You don't want none. Seth interview. It's classic Seth. Then we get interrupted by Finn. And these guys go one-on-one next week for a spot in the Elimination Chamber. Seth's winning that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Nice hat, Cowboy Breaker. War Raiders wrestle American Made. Raiders win by DQ. But I just want to say this. Both were legit tag teams. Both had matching outfits. God bless. Okay? All is right in the tag team world. Judgment Day segment. Go ahead.
I love the fact that you get so... Like, I get upset when the colors are off, but, like, I feel like it gives you, like, the worst agita ever.
It does. Like, best friends, when their outfits didn't match, every time I watch them wrestle, I'm just like, oh my God, just one of you get stripes or one of you go leather. Like, I don't care. Just somebody pick.
It's like when Jey Uso's on SmackDown and he's wearing red. It does bother me.
Anytime anyone's on Raw and they're wearing all blue, I'm like, Jesus.
But you got to remember, they might have some affiliations that they can't wear the other color.
They would probably get a pass, but that's fine. All right, so then we had a Judgment Day segment. Carlito, you stay Carlito. Oh, my eye! As Liv is sitting in the lap of Dom, who actually had gotten hit in the face earlier that night in and around her eye. Carlito, I love him. Liv still rocking blood all over her face. I don't know if that's still her blood or they took her back to look at her, cleaned her up, and then threw some on her to make her look cool, get some street cred. I don't know. Dom went to prison for a little bit. It makes sense, okay?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then Finn comes in and fins it up, and everyone's all finned off at Finn. And next week we're going to see Finn wrestle, and I don't know if we even Finn and give a Finn. Then CM Punk,
honestly, I think he's finished.
Oh, bam! CM Punk comes out, cuts a promo, saying he's going to beat the living hell out of John, even though he can't see him. Not sure how that's going to work. Good luck with that. Logan Paul comes out and trades some jabs with Punk. Did I get it right this week, or did I call him Paul Logan again?
No, you got it right this week.
I wrote it down. Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio for a spot in the Elimination Chamber. The Pulverizer from my guy LP, okay, from the land, and is now in the chamber himself. I don't think he's going to win, but he's got a bright future. He's got a lot of heat, and I know people don't like him, but you'll love to hate him, and he is great at what he does. And then the New Day attacks Rey. Like, can we please make it stop? Make it stop. It will never end. You're dragging it out for no reason. And that was Raw this week.
And that, folks, is our Raw rundown. Whew.
Yeah. I can hear my kids every once in a while yelling down through the vents. Daddy. Oh, there it is.
That's kind of great. So, before we go any further, you guys know what time it is?
Give it to me.
A word from our sponsors?
Wow, Drew, it's like you've done this show before.
Yeah.
Come on.
Where's our sponsor? You fucking
Hang
liar.
on.
Adidas. Just kidding.
Have you ever found yourself in the need for some screen printing? What about some vinyl work? Well, we have the spot for you. Seasonal Sports, 215 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. Has all your needs. Go see Fred at Seasonal Sports.
Did you guys hear me yell, or did we go mute? Yeah, we go mute. Never mind. I just yelled at the children.
You can yell at children.
I said some inexplicable things.
It'd be funny if you didn't. You little motherfuckers, I will come over and kick your ass.
You just see like limbs flying in the background.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
you know, back in the day, actually, before even Todd was on the show, my children beat up Garrett.
Did I know about this? Because if not, why the fuck didn't somebody ever tell me?
Oh,
He just
the
did.
videos on it should be on the Facebook, I believe. If not, it's on Disruption Network's YouTube. But yeah, it was when I first won champ, and Garrett got real mad at me because I had turned on him, and then my kids came and beat him up.
See, I'm glad I didn't do any of that.
Oh, it was so much fun. I miss it.
Glad I didn't hit anybody with a car.
Oh, yeah, Drew, were you around for that, Drew?
No,
I don't think so.
no.
Oh, there's video of that on there too. Todd hit me with a car to pin me and dig my belt.
Was that
In front of
outside
his
the store?
children.
No, that was me trying to fight Z. That was actually in
Oh,
my
okay.
front yard.
Yeah.
What was I doing?
Yeah, He's playing catch with his kids, and I just fucking bucked him down with my car and made his child a ref so I could win back the belt. And then I took off hysterically.
That's fantastic.
It was.
Yeah, and then he like made my kid wear a ref shirt, and then like my kid threw the ref shirt at Todd, and she got weird for a while in the early days. But
and I got
because-
beat up often.
I don't know if you guys know this, but technology is kind of cool. So
Agreed.
earlier we were talking about how I had filled in for Drew and done a Raw rundown, and then I was like, yeah, I don't remember that website. I found it.
Mm.
And guess what I can do? And you know what? I'm going to dedicate this first ever SmackDown Shit Talk to the former host of this show, Garrett. I took the big blanket. Okay? Garrett, this
Give it to me. Give it to me.
SmackDown Shit Talk goes out to you, brother. Please come back to us. And we opened up SmackDown with a rapturous reception and the second YEET encore of the week. Jay talks about his excitement, and who does he call out? The American Nightmare himself. Dustin's bouncing baby boy, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody reminds Jay of all the good times that they spent together and suggests they do it on Beale Street again tonight, because if he picks Rhodes at WrestleMania, he's coming to win, and there will be no friendship. Well, guess who decided to interrupt this? Can anybody tell me? You got it. The Bloodline, with the Samoan werewolf himself, Jacob Fatu, taking the lead. Well, Jacob tells Rose his family wants the title back, and that won't involve Jey Uso. What does this mean, guys? What do you mean it won't involve Jay? Jay won the Rumble. is Jacob telling Jay he can't challenge Cody? Because I don't think that's smart, Jacob. After a fight broke out between them, Cody and Jay versus Tama and Jacob is set for later in the evening. The EST beats Piper to get her spot in Elimination Chamber. Piper had a good showing, but like, let's be honest. They're pushing Bianca again, and I'm guessing it's for a heel turn. Then we had some other shit that nobody gives a fuck with Carmelo Hayes, called out by Nick Aldis, where he's told that he's got a match with our little favorite member of, what are they fucking called now? Are they still, whatchamacallit, Otis and, what the fuck are they called?
I think they're still Alpha Academy.
Are they?
I think so too.
Well, Akira and he learns that it was Akira who he cost him his shot last week. DIY came out and kind of funnily they made fun of the Motor City Machine Guns. Come on, change the name, guys. And they mourn their death and asked for a minute of silence. Pretty Deadly arrived to remind DIY of the help that they've given them. Nick Aldis makes a Pretty Deadly and a DIY, and if Pretty Deadly win, they earn their tag opportunity. Then we got a little backstage thing where Cody is approached by Drew's favorite wrestler of all time, The Miz, and suggests to the crowd they want Jay to finish his story this year, which,
Jesus.
like, I get it. I get, like, is he going to challenge him? Is he going to challenge him? Why do I got a feeling we're going to have a Jay, Cody, and then either Jacob or Solo three-way for Mania? Could that be what we end up with? I think it's leaning that way. And then Drew McIntyre arrives and says he's on SmackDown because Raw is a toxic environment, and then he's there for Cody. Or more specifically, does everybody want Cody's cult? Like this, like, which storyline are we going for, guys? Who is going to challenge the American Nightmare? Who's Jake? Like, none of this is making sense to me. So then Jay confronts Drew and says he sounds like an ex-girlfriend, always complaining. Drew purposely mistakes him for Jimmy, and then they step up to one another. Then LA Knight, he comes out and tells Jimmy that he cost him the WWE Championship with the bloodline. He says death, taxes, and Drew McIntyre crying are life's only certainty. I thought it was pretty fucking hysterical. I'm kind of digging this. I'm a badass Drew McIntyre, but like he just loses. It kind of reminds me of like Shredder in the original like TMT cartoon. Like he looks badass, he can do badass things, but somehow he just is just fucking up at the end.
But you always knew he
Then,
was Uncle Phil.
And what'd you say, Todd?
I said, but you always knew he was Uncle Phil.
Yep.
Yeah, right. And then, to make things more confusing, Damian Priest comes out and says he's going to Elimination Chamber to eliminate Drew like he did at Rumble, but then Braun tells him that he has to get through him in a qualifier match next week. Like, it's like they're like chaining everybody together. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really confused about where we're headed. Then we have KO. He speaks from his car, and he talks of the pain he endured in his match with Cody, and he blames Sammy for it. He cried tears talking about Sammy, and then helping Roman in the Royal Rumble, calls Zayn a bad friend and a disgusting human, which, wow, that's like
it was
one
bad.
of your kids' godfather. That hurt me. That hurt me, guys. And Kevin won't ever forgive Sammy. He promises to make him pay. Then we had that match that we don't give a fuck. And I'm not even talking about it. Charlotte Flair tells everybody she's wrestling's obsession, and she lives rent-free in our heads. She called the Royal Rumble Charlotte and 29 unserious women. I like heel Charlotte. It's what we've always had. Let's get a face turn out of her, maybe. I want to see like that, her version of the Burn It Down character. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see that. And then it was announced earlier we had a little Miss Bliss and Candice LeRae in a qualifying match. We all know who won that. And let's be honest, guys. For somebody who didn't wrestle for almost 2 years, Lexi looks awesome. Like, there's no ring rust. Like, she looks as good, if not better, before she left. Like, at a girl. Let's fucking go. And then Chelsea Green says she's going to beat Naomi to qualify for Elimination Chamber next week before B-Fab, Michin, and Zelina Vega all tell her they're coming for her U.S. title. We had a Street Profits vignette. They're dressed in all black and have had enough of being good guys. Well, like, let's talk about, like, telling us you're doing a heel turn while telling us you're doing a heel turn. Like, come on, guys. You're better than that.
Plus, we are.
Motor City Machine Guns, they're with Brian Saxton, and Shelley and Sabin said that they had DIY beat, but they were interrupted by Los Garza. And Santos points out LDF owe the Street Profits to Los Garza, and Motor City Machine Guns are made for next week. Cody pins Tamatanga to win the match for Rhodes and Jay. A hooded Solo Sikoa returns to hit the Samoan spike on Cody as SmackDown goes off the air. Drew, how do you do this every week? I don't know. But that is your SmackDown shit talk for this week. Garrett, we miss you.
So,
Whew.
I have a question, an opinion. So it sucks. I got to change some shit because I was under the impression, we spoke of this in the group chat, I believe, that you could watch SmackDown on Hulu after it aired. So, like, I got rid of YouTube TV because it was stupidly expensive, so I don't have USA. And then I went to watch it on Hulu, and Hulu was like, and now...
Yeah, when everything switched over, when they stopped doing the Raw on Hulu, it was like a week or two after, then all of a sudden they stopped with the SmackDown. I want to say it was around the first of the year when Raw went to Netflix.
Yeah.
So that's telling me USA's contract with Hulu isn't there anymore.
Right.
Because SmackDown went to Hulu, and then all of a sudden it wasn't on Hulu.
So I can't, like, right, I'll probably get, like, that Sling TV shit because it has that, and it's cheap.
Well, you got Spectrum, right?
It doesn't. So the Spectrum package that I have, because, like, I got rid of YouTube TV because it was like $90 fucking a month, and there wasn't,
right.
There's a lot of channels, so regardless. So I went to Spectrum because they had the cheaper package, but it didn't have USA, and I was like, well, fuck it, because I could watch it on Hulu, which before I knew I couldn't, and then whatever. So to get the package that has USA through Spectrum was like $105 a month. And I'm not paying that because the reason I got rid of YouTube TV was because I wanted to save some money on shit.
So I have a solution for you. We'll talk about it off air, but I have a very, very simple, easy, and it will fix all your problems. Go ahead.
My question is, because I saw a clip of it, I couldn't watch the match because there was a glitch, more than likely a Wyatt 6 glitch during that Alexa match.
Right.
Do you think it was for Alexa? Or do you think it was for Candice because she, like, had turned on people, like her family or whatever?
I think it's more Alexa. Because I think if not, even when Bray was, especially when Bray was still alive, I think Alexa was part of that original concept. Honestly, I think Nikki probably wasn't. Yeah. And when Alexa wasn't back yet, she was the backup that kind of came in. But then with Bray passing, it still works out that there will be 6 of them. And, like, honestly, it opens up a lot for that faction where they could actually start doing something, because then, like, what's been the big push? Like, the women's tag shit. Like, that's been a big highlight of the women's division over the last year. Oh, you got fucking Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss as these dark characters running fucking rampage all over the women's tag division, which could elevate that. And then you can start doing with the other one, the other 4 guys, you could do a tag there and like 2 singles pushes, or there's a lot you could do with that. And I think that's where that's headed, hopefully, because like literally for 6 months, we hit a whole segment that Todd was covering every single week, QR codes. Speaking of which, hey guys, we have our own QR code. And if anybody would like some stickers, especially anybody who doesn't live in this area, speaking of which, Drew, you got some of your address. Because I got quite a few of these stickers to leave around, put places. So if you see it, scan it, like it, subscribe it, tell your friends, tell your mom, and tell your side chick. Please. All the subscribers we have, the better. Okay? But like I think that's where it's headed. I'll be honest with you, like I was talking on the SmackDown recap, I don't know exactly where the Cody belt story, all that's headed. Like, as we've talked about before, the whole Roman bloodline Jay stuff doesn't need a title to be good. But with Jay winning the Rumble, it kind of now the title has to be put in there at some point. So to me, it's like I feel like you're wasting a lot of like big stories, big points that you could have at WrestleMania and putting it into one, which could be what's best for business. Obviously, we're not in the business. We just love the business and have since we were like 13. And I wish like emojis would pop up when I did that, Drew.
Yeah, I was. Is this one? I can't remember if this is one or not.
I know that one was one.
2 thumbs up is like confetti or balloons or something. Oh, I can't get to work right now.
You just keep doing that stuff. It's great. I don't know. So like right now, we've had a lot of theories and speculation. Like there's been a lot of shit with The Rock not showing up. That was weird. It was only like half of your.
Yeah,
I know.
It's raining.
Aw.
It's raining in your basement.
No, my comic books.
But like I don't like it's kind of hard to guess where things are going. Like we know there's going to be a Roman versus whoever's the head of the bloodline match at Mania. Like whether it be The Rock, Solo, or maybe fucking Tama Tonga decides he's the new fucking tribal chief. Like who knows where they're going with that. But the uncertainty and there's no like clear like battle fought is kind of like throwing me off a little bit. And there's not a lot else going on right now that I'm super hyped about. Like I don't know, man. Like it's just like we're on the road to WrestleMania. We've had Rumble. We're 2.5 weeks away from Elimination Chamber. And I don't know. Like I'm not like super psyched. I was super psyched for Rumble, and then Rumble kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still like waiting for like a. I don't know if it'll ever come. If I don't even think we need it, but I'm just waiting for like Saturday Night Main Event. Like I'm just waiting for something huge to happen at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah.
No.
Like
It's
all
just-
the hype behind
it's
that,
just
and then it's just. Well, like same with like the first Raw on Netflix, man. They hyped this shit up for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And like production was great. Everything was cool except all the ads on the map, but I get it because you don't really have commercials. Like I understand it. But then like nothing really big happened. Like and then like with the Charlotte return, that was hyped up. Like Alexa was only the really big surprise, but we had an idea that she was coming back. Like, I don't know. I want to like.
I look at the thing for the hand gestures and I'm like, come on. Maybe I'm too close. No, that one doesn't work.
But like, I want to like be like, yo, guys. Emergency Wrestle Fandom episode now. We have to talk about this now. But I want something like that to happen. and I'm like waiting there. It's like I'm being edged right now, and I just want to get done and over with, you know. Fuck. But that's what I don't know. My opinion.
Good news, everyone.
I look
It's
so
a
shiny.
suppository.
I just shaved, by the way.
Me too.
Give it to me.
Garrett?
So this is one,
I'll take all of it. It's amazing.
but only half
But
of me.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's because you have the green screen behind you, Drew,
Maybe.
but like some of them are only doing like half of like you're Harvey Denton the shit out of it.
So how does that even work? What is like? I'm confused on you're using the same like program or website.
He's on his iPhone or his iPad. It's the Apple thing.
It's
It's like
Apple
when
thing.
you it's the Apple thing. So like when I like when you FaceTime and stuff, you can do the same thing. You like change your head to like the emoji and
Balloons. Look out,
Happy
everybody! It's
birthday.
Doink the Clown.
oh doink. Let me take a quick
What? You gonna take
a
what?
quick look at
What here?
Wrestle feed, see if any news, because the last like 3 days I've just been
I
at
do
work.
want to say something. Fucking
Say it.
leave Oscar alone, you bastards! Jesus Christ! Fucking
Wow.
get your shit together.
So
God damn.
Oh,
did anybody
Hey,
notice in the crowd there was a sign, I believe on Raw,
Uh-huh.
that said, "I like hot sushi"? And do you think that is insinuating something? Because it was like during like Io Sky's match.
that's kind of funny. But I have fucked up sense of humor. So guys, we actually tonight's AEW Dynamite was pre-recorded, so I have all the
I
spoilers
know.
right here.
Oh my god, so bad.
Okay, so
Just
some of
as
this I
long as WWE
won't
doesn't
even
spoil
understand,
it for
but
anybody, they'll be all right. They won't lose their ratings.
yeah. Hangman Adam Page won Matt Caster's Best Wrestler Alive challenge.
Okay,
Ricochet was wearing the Embassy's robe while cutting a promo. The Death Riders, formerly known as the Blackpool Combat Club, defeated the Undisputed Kingdom to retain their AEW Trios Championship. Confrontation took place between MJF and Hangman Page backstage, where MJF vowed to become a two-time AEW World Champion before Hangman. Samoa Joe has formed a faction with Hook and
What are they called?
Katsuyori Sabata called the Ops. The Ops defeated Aaron Solo, no relation to Solo Sikoa, and John
Han.
Cruz and Rosario Grillo. After the match, the Ops challenged the Patriarchy for a match next week.
Goddamn names.
Like, and I thought like DIY and Motor City Machine Guns were bad. Like,
Motor
at least
City
they have
Machine Gun
flair.
is bad.
All right. After the
rest.
match, or no, so the Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho challenged Bendito to a showdown. Brian Keith then attacked Bendito, which led to the Outrunners making the save. Powerhouse Hobbs, which
They
I
ran
don't
out the Outrunners.
stopped Big Bill from choke slamming Bendito.
Big
The
Bill
Death Riders
Bob,
got
Eric.
attacked by the artist formerly known as Edge and Jay White backstage.
Come on, it's Cope.
Yeah, cope
I
with it.
refuse to
Cope with it.
fucking say that. And
He refuses to
Thank-
cope.
then they stole Moxley's briefcase. Which, come on, let's be honest. John Moxley's never carried a briefcase around.
Why is he carrying a briefcase?
The only time he ever needed a
have new
briefcase is when he won Money in the Bank.
Right, yeah.
So they stole his AEW World Championship.
Oh, no.
MJF defeated the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion and six-man Tag Team Champion Dustin Rhodes via referee stoppage due to the STF. Okay, like trios, I'm okay with. Like, why do we have a six-man Tag Team Championship over there? Like, there's a like it's gone too far. Like, Swerve Strickland said he's coming for Ricochet. Why do I feel like I'm in a time machine?
Right.
Megan Bain defeated Maya World after hitting the F5.
I do love Swerve and Ricochet though.
Right, I do, but like,
Yeah,
let's
I
try
know,
something new.
I get it.
After the match, Megan had a face-off with Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander defeated Penelope Ford. Megan Bain laid out Statlander with an F5 on the floor after the match. Harley Cameron did a rap on Mercedes Moné and promised to win the TBS Women's Championship.
Dude, did you see the clip of Mercedes Moné saying that Bailey needs to wear some of her type of gear? She said that she wanted to see her badunk in them shorts. Moné said that. It was hilarious.
I mean, I'm not going to argue.
I just thought it was funny.
And then the faction formerly known as the Hurt Business, now known as the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin defeated the Guns, Austin and Colin Gunn, to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Honestly, they have the best tag team.
Cool.
Like the Guns. Like
they are really good.
And I like the name.
Yeah.
Someday I hope to see the Steiners versus the Guns, which would be fucking amazing.
Or about the Guns versus Motor City Machine Guns. All the guns fighting.
Right. And then, guys, guest referee, Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, Lord.
Hire us. Somebody hire us. Lashley and Benjamin were confronted by the Murder Machines after the match.
This is perfect. We got the Guns and the fucking...
And then they can dedicate the match to Irv Gotti.
Yeah, there you go, man. This is all coming together.
Murder. It's murder. And then Mariah May hyped up her AEW Women's World Title defense against Timeless Toni Storm at Grand Slam.
One of the best things about AEW.
Oh, I agree.
What is?
Toni Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm very confused on all that shit because she was like Toni Storm and then she was that timeless weird bitch. And then she was back to Toni Storm like regular and she thought like she forgot everything. And then all of a sudden she was back to timeless Toni Storm being like, oh, it was all a performance. I'm like, are you like on crack? I don't understand why.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
So I'm going to say this next part. I'm going to say this next part slowly because it's a lot to kind of put together. So the artist formerly known as Edge and Jay White carried the stolen briefcase to the ring. Where
why does it take two guys to carry a suitcase?
Where Adam Copeland threatened to destroy it using Spike, his nail-covered baseball bat, unless Moxley agreed to face him for the AEW World Title at Revolution 2025. Moxley accepted, promising to break Cope's neck.
Wow, no one's ever said that before.
Cope then struck the briefcase. He hit the briefcase, which sparked a brawl between the Death Riders and him and Jay White. Amid the chaos, and then while everything's going on, Marina Schaefer recovered the briefcase. Like it. Oh.
That noise.
See, just
sell to WWE.
Yeah.
And let somebody else run this shit, please.
It's gotten, and it's funny because I think back, a couple of years ago when AEW first came out, and we're all like, yeah, this is great. Fuck WWE. Vince is fucking
It's ECW reborn.
And then, like, a year and a half later, it was like, that went down the shitter quick. Like, it just fucking went sideways.
The demise of Vince is the reason probably why AEW went down too. I feel like I don't know why. I just feel like in hand.
Yeah.
Well, their timing,
Moxley bleeding all the time,
Right.
Fork.
Well, their timing kind of sucked too. Like, it was like during COVID, right before COVID, and then because I remember, me and a couple buddies had tickets to the Rochester show they were supposed to do. And it was supposed to be fucking Brody Lee's debut in AEW. All right.
All right.
By the time that show actually went on, because it got canceled,
Yeah.
that show ended up being the Brody Lee Memorial Show.
Oh, damn.
And like, I know Drew, I don't know if Drew knows this, but like he was from like this area. Like he wrestled like the indie circuits here. A lot of the indie wrestlers we knew, like the older ones, they wrestled with him back in the day, like when there used to be another promotion up here. Like, so he's from Rochester. Like that's why if you go back and watch that episode, that's like when his kid came out, they made his kid a member of them. And like they gave him that contract for if he ever wants to wrestle, he can wrestle. That's why they did all that in Rochester. And I feel like by that point, it was already starting to go downhill. Like that Punk was there. Danielson had just started over there, and it just like it crashed and burned. It DC'd what DC tried to do with the movies, trying to catch up to Marvel instead of doing their own thing.
That's
like
I think that's apt.
They jumped the shark with a lot of stuff. They're worried more about like I feel like quantity than quality. Like there's nothing there that like it's like with the whole Bloodline, Cody, like all that shit, like that was like must-see TV for guys like us. Like we need to know what happened like with the Bloodline or like when the Wyatt Six, all that lead up. AEW doesn't have that it factor right now. They did in the beginning, but they don't have it right now. And it's like, okay, we're going to throw, all right, tomorrow you two are going to be a new tag team, and we're going to call you guys the Podcasters, okay? And Todd, you're going to have a stoner motif, and Drew, you're going to have an up-and-coming comic book skaterish motif. Okay, guys? How does that sound?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we can do
like
that.
That's what I feel like
How
the
much am I getting
AEW.
paid? Yeah, sure.
Like I feel like that's what the creative rooms are like, where I feel like, especially more so now at the WWE, like they're like, all right, guys, this is what we have planned for the next 6 months. These are the 55 names you guys can pick from for your tag team. Or if you guys can come up with something better, let us know. This isn't going to debut for another 2 months, so you guys get time to work out the kinks to figure out what you're going to do. I feel
Just
like
make sure their outfits match.
Yes, I completely agree with that, Drew. And if
So,
WWE ever hires you for creative, I know that will be rule number 1 after no shitting on people.
Drew, let me ask you this. So say there is a tag team on Raw.
Okay.
They're wearing matching outfits.
Okay.
But they're blue.
You can that's passable. I feel like no.
I feel like nobody should be wearing all one solid color.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Unless they're on a certain brand.
Correct.
So like if like Todd, you and me are Raw's tag team champions, and we want to go to SmackDown and talk shit to Drew and Garrett and their tag team champions over there. I feel like we'll go for like a black motif with maybe some red trim. Yes. Like, so it's not overly stimulating for the eye. Like, we're not Seth Rollins here, guys.
It's like a visual cue. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like it's like, they're wearing red because they're from Raw. But like
I know it doesn't exist, but they want it to, the Raw versus SmackDown, but
it does exist. It exists here.
Sure.
Right here.
I have other things that exist right there.
Actually,
there's
that's
nothing.
Weird.
It's empty.
Is that bump supposed to be there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's a nipple? Oh, that's my nipple.
Part of your dad bad.
You know what's funny is right where you were doing that, like, is where my pacemaker is. Like, that's where it's located in my chest.
Awkward. All right. Anything else, guys? We got anything else? Because now we're trios champions and not a 4-man show. We're not a
Oh yeah,
Give it to me.
Ricky.
Give it to me.
Ricky.
We used to be a basement quartet, and now we're just trio champions.
I can't believe how much Garrett just hates Ricky Starks. That he was like, you know what, guys, I'm handing the
Like,
keys to you.
I gotta
Here
respect
you
the
go."
commitment though. Sticking to his
Yeah,
word.
it's
Yeah. Like when he didn't show up tonight, like that's why we started a couple minutes late too, and a day late. But like,
Yeah, that's why.
A
it
day
had
and a
nothing to
couple
do
hours late.
with anybody having to clear their colon. Drew. But yeah, so Monday mornings, actually this Monday, we have a very special episode of the Todd and Joe Morning Show.
We do,
Because
and
it's
hopefully more like this going forward.
actually I'll talk to you about that after we go off air.
Yes, owners.
It's going to be the Todd and Joe Bud's Morning Show this Monday. We had a great fucking episode with our sponsor, the Todd and Joe Morning Show. The proprietor. I was thinking work stuff. Proprietor of Joe's Buds on Onondaga Boulevard in Syracuse. But usually Tuesdays, I think. That's the other thing I gotta talk to you guys. I won't be on this Tuesday.
That's bullshit.
So you guys will either have to run without me or we'd have to do it like Thursday.
Still bullshit.
Right, no.
All bullshit.
No, Wednesday. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday next week. Yeah. So we'd have to do it this time
Oh,
next
that's
week.
bullshit.
I'm going to be on it. Which actually we should do that. Instead of having two people on the show, we can have all three of us here.
Yeah, exactly. Since,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Garrett.
And we got some other things in the works, as we always say. And me and Drew have a meeting, hopefully tomorrow if I get out of work. And
Sir.
we'll talk about the Todd's OnlyFans that's going to come soon, guys. So love you guys.
Losing money, so please help me.
Bye.
Peace, go.
Bye.
Give it to me. I'll take all of it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'll take all of it. Give